Here you are, waking up late, scrolling on your phone for hours. You woke up at 11 a.m. but still feel tired because you have played video games till 3 a.m. Your room is messy and you still eat unhealthy foods. Even though you know you should go to the gym and work out, you don't care, stay at home and play video games. But then we have the winners, the one that the girls lust over. He wakes up early, he makes his protein shake and he gets to the gym. Even though he doesn't want to, he does it because he has something called discipline. After a long gym session, as which one do you see yourself? Is it the winner or the loser? Probably the first one, because you're watching this video. Maybe not that extreme, but you do have something that resonates with him, and you don't feel like you're fulfilling your purpose in life. Don't worry, because today I'm going to give you some tips on how you can start dominating your own life. So first off, if you want to start dominating your own life, I'm going to tell you a story about my girlfriend. Even though you think that your girlfriend will not distract you as much, that's not true. You know how girls are. So they want to cuddle for 10 more minutes, they want to watch TV, they want to make something to eat. Then when they go home, they forget their keys. You know how it is. Every time I know that you want to stay in bed and cuddle, I know that you want to watch the TV series, I know that you want to spend time with her, but every time that you do that, you're having a distraction. I had the same problem. So my girlfriend always wanted to stay in bed and cuddle for 10 more minutes. She wanted to watch a TV series or make something together to eat. She was always bored when I would do some kind of work. Now, what I would do, I would limit my contact with my girlfriend because I feel like I cannot concentrate enough when she's around me. Now, I don't want you to break up with your girlfriend or to just never spend time with your girlfriend. That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying is know when it's time to work and know when it's time to spend time with your girlfriend. What I mean by that is it's okay to see your girlfriend a couple hours a day, but I'm not saying that you should spend a whole day with your girlfriend. Another thing that has really helped me to remove distractions is putting my phone on airplane mode. The reason for that is because you won't get any notifications. We all know that notifications are really hard to resist. When we see a notification on our phone, we are willing to look at it. In my experience, every time that I will look at that notification, I will get in this rabbit hole of scrolling through social media. That might not be the case for you, but I have seen that putting my phone on airplane mode has helped me drastically when it comes to keeping concentration. What I think is really important if you want to dominate through life as a man, I'm not going to sit here and tell you things that you already know. You probably have watched thousands of videos on YouTube, and every single one of them says the same thing. Sleep well, eat healthy, lift heavy weights. You already know that, so I'm not going to waste your time by telling you that. What I want you to do is, it might sound cringe or weird at first, but something that I do is positive self-affirmation. When I wake up, I go to the mirror and I tell myself I have high testosterone. And I do that every single day. Also, what I do is I try to program my brain to think that I have high testosterone, that I'm good at doing things. When it goes to the gym, I go and say, your chest will grow now, and stuff like that. So it might sound weird and you will say like, what the fuck is this? But trust me on this one. Self-affirmations, I think, are the most important part when it comes to controlling your body. I think that the things that come out of your mouth and the things that you think are more important than what everyone else says. This might not work for you as well as it worked for me, but I can tell you from personal experience that it really helps. I'm going to tell a story about my testosterone levels and my sexual life. So for the longest time, I wasn't horny. And the reason for that is, I think, is because I was telling myself that I have low testosterone and that I don't feel like a high testosterone man. Now, for the couple of 2 weeks, I have been telling myself that I have high testosterone, that I have a crazy sexual life, and all of that. And actually, after a week of doing that, I have noticed that my penis actually was kind of reacting of that. And after not having morning woods for several months, now for the first time this week, so the last 7 days, I actually have been seeing some improvement when it comes to erections in the morning, so morning wood. Now, this might sound weird, but this is what I'm telling you. Self-affirmations really matter. So what I want you to do is every day that you wake up, go to the mirror and tell yourself, I have high testosterone, or whatever it is. Tell yourself that you already have that. Tell yourself that it's going to increase or something like that. Now, also, what I want you to do is when you feel like you're doing something that you wouldn't usually do or isn't healthy for you, ask yourself, what would I do if I had high testosterone? Or what would I do if I'm a professional powerlifter? When you're going to the gym, put yourself in the position like you already are where you're trying to be. If you're laying on the bed and scrolling through TikTok, then maybe ask yourself, what would I do if I would have a multi-million business? You probably wouldn't lay down and scroll on TikTok. So I have found that really keeps me going, and it gives me some kind of weird motivation or weird drive to start doing productive things. Now, it might sound weird, and maybe you wouldn't want anyone to see you do that, but trust me, try it for a couple of months. And then maybe it won't, but maybe it will. It will change your life. Now, when you're going to the gym, I give you another example that also resonates with myself. Is when I went to the gym and I tried to lift like heavy weights, let's say deadlift. Me and my friend would usually do 120 kgs for reps, like 12 reps. Now, the last time that we went to the gym, we miscalculated the weights that we put on the bar, and we actually put 130 kgs on the bar. Now, we both thought that it's 120. Now we were wrapping it, and at around 8 to 9, it started to get really heavy. And we were like, damn, we lost gains. But then I started to tell myself, well, I have done this before. What would I do if I'm a power lifter? And then also, what I told myself is that I can do it. And that was the most important part. I told myself that I can do it. And then I started rapping. And I actually did, on the third set, after I told myself that I could do it, I did 12 reps. We realized after the fourth or fifth set that we actually put on the wrong weights. But still, I think that self-affirmation really matters, because what you say and what you think, you're reaffirming that in your brains. The next thing and what I mean by that is getting to the gym, getting strong, doing some cardio, getting fit. Start becoming a masculine man. We all know that lifting heavy weights increases your testosterone, but also it will make you more respectable. What I mean by that is, I'm not saying that you will be respected when someone sees you bench 120 kgs. What I'm saying is, if you have a business meeting and you get two offers for a business deal, something, it doesn't matter. One, and they're both the same amount. Let's say they're both a couple of $1,000, and you will have to do business with that guy for the next couple of years. Now, who would you pick? If it would be someone that is really fat and someone that is heavy, that doesn't look like he like he takes care of himself, or would it be the guy that looks fit, the guy that has big muscles, the guy that looks like he's going to the gym every single day? Now, for me personally, I would trust more the person that looks like he goes to the gym. The reason for that is because if he's still disciplined with that, and I can resonate that with myself, because I have noticed that since I've been going to the gym for the past few years, I really built some kind of discipline, and I think it resonates with life. So if I was able to go to the gym every single day for the past few years, I feel that I wouldn't be as productive and as disciplined that I am today if I haven't done that. So I wouldn't really trust the guy that is fucking huge, that has man boobs weighing him down, over the guy that has big muscles, really big chest, that has a really nice posture and really looks like he takes care of himself. Even though a lot of people say that appearance doesn't matter and you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but we do. You get judged the second someone sees you. The second You meet somebody, they judge you on how you look. Then after they get to know you, they judge you on how you speak. Then they judge you on how you behave. We are getting judged all the time. So why would I not judge a man on his appearance when we're doing a business deal? And that doesn't only mean a business deal, it means with overall life. Hear me out, this is really important. I'm going to tell you a story working on your skills and education as a 19-year-old this summer. So beginning of the summer, which it was like for me, because my school ended sooner than last year, I started searching for jobs in what month was that? Let me check. I started to search for jobs. Let me see. In May. Now, in May, I started to search for jobs, and I found a job in a store. So, I mean, a grocery store. I have worked there for a couple of weeks. It wasn't long, but I was there not because of the money. I was there for the experience. So I wanted to see if I would like to work there as an adult. Really, the only thing that I have learned that it really hurts my back. This is that's the most important part of everything. I was like there lifting those heavy ass like juices and alcohol and everything. My back after those 10 hours was so sore that I wouldn't even go to the gym because I couldn't lift my I couldn't even tie my shoelace. That's bad. That's how bad it was. So I decided I won't even work there anymore because it wasn't really healthy for me. After that, I started to look for other jobs. Then I found a street walk, which was like doing some Chinese food at a small house on the beach, and I would work there for 1 month. Now, what I learned from that was work under high pressure. High pressure was the most important part because you wouldn't have any work until 7 p.m. and then from 7 p.m. to midnight you would have to work your ass off because all the tourists and all the people would like to eat some dinner. And we were only, I think, 2 of us worked there. So the 2 of us had to make meals for like 50 people at the same time. We had to do some fries and we had to do some Chinese food. So I learned how to work under high pressure, and I learned how those small businesses actually work. What I want you to get out of this is that I worked for experience and not money. And I think that's the most important part. When you have your parents tell you that you should work one job your whole life and try to get a promotion, I mean, that won't get you far. What I think that you should do, and that Rich Dad and Poor Dad told us, if you have read the book, it's a really nice book, I recommend you to read it, is that you should change jobs all the time so that you gain different experiences in that job. Now, when you have a lot of experiences, you know how certain things work. You may not know how they work 100%, but you know the majority of things. And if you have that knowledge, you can actually combine all of that and start your own business. So let me continue with my story. When I stopped working at the Wok, I started to go on a beach. What I would do there is I was renting boats like kayaks. It's like a small boat, you have to paddle and everything. And that was combined with selling some sunbeds and selling a aqua park for people. Now, what I learned there is communicating with other people. I learned how to speak with tourists and how to actually sell. So I was really practicing my selling skills. That was, I think, really valuable for me, and I'm really glad that I did it. And I will probably do the next year also, because I think that I haven't learned it enough because I was there only a month again, and it was actually pretty fun. So I also learned how to communicate in different languages. So I know how to speak Croatian, English, Polish, German, and I'm learning a little bit of Italian, but I'm not really good at it. Now, as you may know, English is not my primary language. My primary language is Croatian, but I'm speaking it pretty well. Now, as a 19-year-old, it's pretty hard to sell people something because you're just a kid, and yeah, you're not at the level that people buy something from me because you're small and cute. I'm at the level that people actually have to trust me to buy something from me. So it was pretty difficult to sell people things, but I gained a lot of experience from it. Now, after that, the summer ended and my college started, and for the next month, I worked at, let's say, it was kind of a bank where we were counting money and we were processing some bills and stuff. Now, when I was there, what I learned was how money works, how tax works, how unvaluable money actually is. Because I would have millions and millions in my hands, and everybody would act like it was just a piece of paper. So you don't have really, you have the realization of how money actually isn't valuable, how it's fake, how it isn't real. So over the course of all that jobs, I have learned that education and skill is pretty important. With different jobs, you learn different skills and you get different kinds of education. Now, this was education meant for business. Now, also, it's really important that you have a big knowledge of general knowledge, because general knowledge is something that will help you connect with people. And it's much easier to do a business deal with something that actually likes you for you than someone that just likes your skills. Now, if I have something in common that I like with a business guy that I want to do my proposal to, or a guy that I have just met at the gym, if we have something in common, you are most likely to connect. Now, things to find something in common, the most easy way is to find some general knowledge that you are both interested in. So let's say history, or let's say geography, some general knowledge that you're both interested in, and you will see how easier it is to connect with people and how much smarter you will look like when you're communicating with people. Now, when it comes to education and skills, the most important skill that I will always recommend people to learn is communication skills. I'm still working on my communication skills for English. As you can see, it's not the most fluid video ever, but I'm trying to make it as much valuable for you guys as possible. And I want you to really start and learn communication skills. Now, the guy that I have really resonated with and that really impresses me and has amazing videos on communication is, I think, this guy called Win. I will put his channel somewhere up here. He isn't a native English speaker, but he speaks English pretty well. Now, I think that learning communication skills is the most important part, because that's something that you do every single day. Now, why wouldn't you practice and be the best at something that you do all the time? You speak all the time, and people judge you on how you speak. So why wouldn't I practice something that I do every single day? Now, I couldn't stress this enough, and I could talk about this for hours, but what I want you to get from this is there are a few things, that's not three, I think there's a little bit more, that I want you to practice when you speak. The first thing is emotion, putting emotion in your words. If I will just talk stale without any emotion in my words, after a few seconds you would feel like, what the hell am I watching at? Now you see I'm stuttering because it's not my native language, but what I want you to see is when you put emotion in your words, like I'm doing right now, it's much more engaging to watch. And the next thing that I want you to do is focus on speed. You see what I did there? I slowed down, which gave your brain a kind of reaction that this part is important. Now, when you want to say something important and you want people to think about what you just said, the best thing that you can do is slow down your speech and put a little bit of pauses between your words. Now, if you're telling a story that isn't as important as other stuff, then you can speed up your speech, because people will get bored if you just speak slowly all the time. So the importance of variation when you speak is really important. The next thing that I want you to focus on is ending your sentences at a lower pitch, because if I would just end my sentence on a higher pitch, it wouldn't give as much of authority and masculinity as it would be if I would end on a lower pitch. You see what I did there? So what I want you to get out of this point is try things out. Try dropshipping, try e-commerce, try different jobs, I want you to try a lot of things, and then you will see what you will learn from everything. So you will learn from every single one of them, and then you will see what actually do you want to do in life. I will do another video on how to choose the right business model for you, but now I want you to really focus on when it comes to your purpose. You really have to set specific goals and expectations. Setting specific goals and expectations will really help you find your purpose. Now, why do you need a purpose, like as a man? Because without a purpose, we won't have any motivation or any reason to actually do something in life. We as men, we are builders. We are supposed to build things. Every road that you drive on were built by men. Every house that you live in were built by men. Everything that we do as men is build stuff. Setting specific goals is really important. And I'm not just telling you to do like, I want to be rich or I want to live in this house. What I want you to do is actually think about how much it will cost. What house do you want to live in? The specific house. Find the house on the internet and see how much it costs. What car do you want? Don't just say Porsche. Say, I want the Porsche 911. And then look at it. Look at the specs. Specs it like you want it to be. And then look at it, how much it costs. After you've seen all of that, now you know approximately how much everything costs, how much does it cost to maintain it, and how much money do you need a month and a year to maintain that lifestyle. Now, after you have the specific goal in mind, I want you to make a plan. And I'm not just saying a 5-step plan, no. I want you to have a 5-step plan, and every of these steps, I want you to make some 10 under steps, 10 more in-depth steps on how you are going to get that money. And that is how you find your purpose. Now, the reason why I think we as men should really work on being successful in life and known is because that's how we keep our name alive. How do I mean that? The reason why, let's say Andrew Tate, for example, the reason why his dad's name is still alive is because of him. If he wouldn't be successful, nobody would really want to know his history, so his father's name would be dead. But because he's successful, his ancestors live with him. They keep living because he is famous. And as will he, because his son will probably be famous too. So they will talk about him. And so he keeps his ancestors alive. And that is the reason why I think that we as men should be successful. To keep our father's name alive. And another thing is, if we find our purpose at a young age, like I did at 18, I think we can actually show our ancestors, our fathers, the lifestyle that they have always dreamed for us to see. I mean, I would really like for my father to see me in a big house, fast car, to actually see that I have made it. Because when he's gone, it's already too late. I can't show him that anymore. Yeah, he looks at me. I know he will watch me forever. But it's not the same as seeing him smile. Now, I know this was a little bit deep, but I think that are some of the steps that I took, and in my experience, it worked. I'm not saying it will for you, but I'm saying that I have seen a lot more respect after I did those steps, after I got fit, after I got some knowledge, after I really started to isolate myself from people, and they actually got curious, what am I doing? So I will see you in the next video. I won't keep you much longer because this video is already pretty long. But what I want you to do is start today. Start today. Don't start tomorrow. Don't start in a week. Start today. It might already be late for you, but you can do some push-ups. Do some push-ups right now. Don't even think about it. Do some push-ups. And then tomorrow, start the day right. Go to sleep early right now. Wake up early. Go to the gym. Work on yourself and set small goals first. So focus on the small goals, then work from there. If you do that, you will see much more consistency and discipline than if you would just put some big goal in front of yourself. Start small and work from there. Keep working hard.